Hey, Dragon Metals here. Today I will be tearing apart a old Lenovo tablet. Some good stuff inside of these. I've taken apart a few tablets before, but never on film. As you can see, the glass is completely shattered, so I've got to be careful with that. This stuff is microscopic and painful when it breaks, Gorilla Glass. In case you don't know, don't break this stuff. It's nasty. Well, there's generally as much gold in these as a smartphone, so carefully flip it. Look at all that stuff on the back. Cute. Anyway, on with the teardown. Shouldn't be too long doing this. Battery first. I stuck my screwdriver through that. That would have been bad. It's glued in place or sticky taped. This is a 4200 milliamp hour battery. The power thing's broken, and there's still a board inside there that could be soldered if I wanted to fix this battery. That's gold inside of that trace there. Microscopic amounts of plated material, but it all adds together. It was a bit sticky, that. It's like there. So, I've taken quite a few screws out already, since they are quite nightmarish. Still quite windy today. Last of this storm front, several storms. Kapton tape. That's actually a type of heat-proof tape. Which is somewhat expensive. Ooh, what do we have here? Looks like the speaker board. Yes. Speaker and the microphone. I'll have to carefully remove that. Possible. There we go. Oh, look, not quite easy. And the microphone. Oh, it's all in one module. The speaker, microphone, and actually that's not a speaker, that's got to be maybe some sort of sensor. An accelerometer maybe, when you're moving the tablet around. So, ooh, tape. Okay. Let's take down the screws. Absolutely microscopic screws. Look at that for a screw. These are actually worth quite a bit of money, these tiny screws, because watchmakers use them to repair things like Rolexes and expensive timepieces. So little screws definitely worth keeping, smaller the better. Having problems getting this one. Push down really hard in order to turn the screws. There we go. Which really hurts your wrist. Another piece of connector here. Ooh, nice gold plating inside of that. Come on, focus. See this? Gold material inside of there. Very nice. Plenty of gold trace throughout this. More gold. Well, that's very golden indeed. Let's focus. That's a pretty ribbon cable, that one. Definitely a few milligrams of gold inside that. Some components and stuff by here. Looks to be mainly resistors. There's not enough of any materials in them. And then it'd only be trace materials of ultra rare metals like ruthenium or osmium. Things like that. Super rare metals. And for that you'd need something like a quarter of a ton of those tiny components. So it's never an issue. Not too lucky. Oh. Bunny rabbit. Let's have a bunny rabbit break a sec. Let's have a little look up on the board. Plenty of gold left. Hello, Lucky. Aww. My bunny loves Lucky. She's usually hiding behind the curtain though, so. Ooh. Cup of tea. That's nice. Much better for you than coffee. this thing? Oh, it's got a QR code on it. This has got to be the Wi-Fi network connection. These screws are ultra annoying and tiny. Okay, that's on speaker maybe. Just to tear that off. Do that with the same with the rest actually. These components are all loosely connected anyway. It's like literally no solder. It must be built by a pick and place machine, this probably. Got to try and do this fast anyway. Got things to do, people to look after and stuff. Bunny. Oh, damn it. Right. I'm right stuck in there. Try a black screwdriver. Don't think that's going anywhere. Use pliers to undo them, I suspect. Wow, they're small. Board is loose anyway. That's a USB. It's not actually connected for any means. I don't think so anyway. Could probably snap it anyway. Very brittle material. It's only a USB port. There you go. Whoa, got all that gold. Very nice. Big square there. Nice traces all over. Now here we have a camera. Can't focus. Inside this camera is a CMOS chip, which I will show again. There's one over here. And inside of that is guaranteed gold. Quite a lot actually. So always a few milligrams inside of cameras. Higher quality, the more gold you get. So like a P9000 or something could definitely get you a load of gold if you were using a professional camera and not these smart things. Audio connector, yeah, gold plated all over. What do we have on this side? We have the SD card or the TF card holder here. All the traces are plated with gold inside. This shield covering something, so you can pop it off. It's highly likely I'll need to desolder. No, I got it. That's an RF shield. It's probably made of nickel. Worth keeping. Trace metals from this. And under that you got an inducer. What looks like a that's just a serial buffer of some kind for the USB. An FTDI chip, that's what it is. Yes, it's an FTDI chip, which is a level shifter for USB. Basically turns it into computer language. So if I can get any more of these shields off and expose the goodies. And what do we have there? Ooh, nice gold timing crystal oscillator. Rare. Try not to stab myself also. Well, it just sort of pops off. I'm using a flathead screwdriver at the moment. Wrong type of screwdriver. Okay, that's the main one off. Ooh, there we are. There is all the processing chips. I figured there'd be an A13 chip in here, but there's actually a MediaTek ARM Cortex here, which is very similar to like an Atmel Arduino chip or some such. It's basically a brain connected to a graphics chip. There's that tiny crystal. These things here, these tiny focus. This little tiny square here, I have many of these crystal oscillators and they all contain quite a lot of gold. Recently watched a video, it was an incredibly high yield for gold material, so definitely worth collecting a lot of them. So that's most of the metal sheathing off. Your little camera. So I can break that off carefully to show you the CMOS chip. Should be able to. Usually just epoxy to the circuit board. Come on. There we go. Open. And there's the CMOS chip inside. Broken it a bit, but that actually doesn't matter. Look at all that gold there. There's actually quite a bit of gold inside of the silicon as well. You need a microscope to see this. And there is gold traces pretty much throughout the entire CMOS chip. Pretty, isn't it? So that's a good find, that one. Plenty of gold trace material also. Sizable circuit board, lots of good materials, mostly high yield. Not too much left on the board here. That's for the Wi-Fi, gigahertz and such, or Bluetooth, bit of both, probably a combination chip. Got another CMOS chip here, which I need to get out. There's that in there. Got another camera chip, CMOS chip. You can actually see the gold traces at the top and the bottom of the silicone diode. See them gold traces inside? And that's where the gold is inside of the CMOS chip. Spectral effect of that is spazzing my camera out. But anyway, observe. Gold. Gold erased. Right, we need this USB port if possible. There's usually a little bit of gold in them. Boot strength it. Come on. Yee. I still got the legs on there. Mainly just the legs that I want, since they are plated in gold. Is there any on there? There's a tiny bit on the connector, fair enough. No, there's nothing much left in here. What is left is perilously close to the board itself, which is shattered glass. So I won't be going near that, if possible. I do ideally want to get underneath to the rest of the circuit boards. Right. Need some leverage here. Copper tape. Securing the screen driver. No, that is actually what I want. There'll be nothing left in here after that. Apart from the shattered screen. There's the aerial for the Bluetooth. Pretty much everything out of here, apart from this driver. Ooh, I can hear the glass shattering underneath. Oh dear, that bit of plastic went in my teeth. LED board retrieved. on with the traces. Anything else left? It does not appear to be. That's just the screen. This is just more substrate metal. There is nothing left in there of value. However, there is some rare metals in the screen like gallium, but I won't be going near them. I've already got some glass on me, and there's already some here. So, quick examination, and then I'm going to wash my hands. Get going, because I've got to go shopping. Hungry. LED driver board, LCD driver board. Got a couple of inducers here. These contain microscopic amounts of copper. This chip definitely contains a small amount of gold. That connector there also contains gold. You can actually see that though. See the gold trace along here. And some other components. There's a row of palladium MLCCs here, which contain palladium, usually in 1 to 2% ratio. So a kilogram is worth quite a lot. Even 100 grams is worth a bit, due to the high volume of palladium rivaling gold, or some days even higher. And since Russia are the only one who mines them, and we're probably going to be at odds with them very, very soon, palladium is going to be worth a bit. So, let's look at what we got. Oh, it's actually quite cool looking. Lots there. A little close up. All these bits. Quite a lot of palladium MLCCs in the middle there, didn't notice them. The brain. Not too much solder on there. A nice gold plated oscillator there. A timing chip, basically. That's the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Got a couple of camera CMOS chips. Very pretty. Guaranteed gold within them. Come on, focus. Sorry about that, my phone doesn't like focusing up that close. But I need to get shiny trace pictures. The gold is very bright and sort of attacks my camera anyway. Plenty on the traces there. Pretty, huh? So, tablets. Very good yield for a small package. Up there with a smartphone, I'd say, especially due to the dual cameras and nice circuit board. Well, till next time.